I feel like before it's curly, it's a guessing game on what you're gonna cut. Yeah. So it was just one individual friend. He's very into K-pop, and my mom is too. And so he ended up getting a perm here, and I started asking about it. And then my mom was dropping in. She's like, you should get a perm. You should get a perm. You should get a perm. And so it was funny because then I showed her a picture of him, and she absolutely loved it. And she's like, this is exactly what you should get. And then I kind of made it my own a little bit, and like how I wanted it to, because I don't necessarily trust her style 100%.
Men perm, we use like Korean perm solution. It's just like a soft wave perm. It's turned out really nice because like Asian hair, usually we have like coarse and thick hair. So it's very straight. And if you want like turn out like more volume or something, it's really hard. We had to use flat iron or curly iron to do it. It had to be at least about like 3 inches. 2.5 to 3 inches at least. So like we had the room to do the perm, then we can do it. Yeah.
I am half Malaysian. So my dad's from South Dakota and my mom's from Malaysia. Okay. She came here when she was 16. Typically before I ended up coming here, my dad was the one who always gave me haircuts. Hence the reason why I wanted to try something different, like to such a large degree, because he just gave us his hairstyle. And he's a white dude from South Dakota. He has 3 Asian kids. It's just like a little comb over type where it's just very short on the sides. I would beg him to leave it like medium, and then his medium was short. And so I begged him to leave it long, and his long was short. And so then everything that I would do, it would just be the same hairstyle, exactly. And so I needed to switch it up. I remember after I got my perm, I loved the way it looked, but I didn't know how people would react, so I wore a hat for the first couple days. And then it grew out and it kind of loosened up a little bit, and I thought it looked like fantastic. I had no shame in it. A good thing about having a perm is I like it when it's short and curly, but then when it gets longer, I can middle part it, and it's a completely different hairstyle with no extra cost. But I'd say about 5 to 6 months is typically when I actually re-up it and do it all over again. I'm like moderately comfortable in unfamiliar environments, so it didn't really like faze me too much, but I didn't know what to think or how to approach it or kind of what route to take. I feel like I'm lucky to be in this generation because I'm able to try out new things without it being a culture shock to people just because it's so normalized. I think the more I try out new things, the more comfortable I feel about just being completely unique and just being completely myself. And trying out things, if I hate it, if I love it, I'm willing to give it a shot. When before, especially in like things like middle school, high school, I never would because it just wouldn't fit the norm, right? And I'd never wanted to be the person that kind of like stood out from the crowd. But the more I do things that are a little bit more alternative, I definitely want to be the one that kind of stands out. And feels good when people come to you and they're like, where'd you do this? Where'd you do that? That's really good. I trust you with your style. I trust you with all this other stuff. And it's purely just because you kind of took a leap of faith, stuck your neck out, tried something different.